What's up, everyone? Welcome to the podcast, the show dedicated to talking about all the progress things in life, like music, content creation, and video games. I am one of your co-hosts, JesseKazam.
And I just had an apple turnover.
Ooh.
I feel
From
nice.
Arby's? Is that where the turnovers are?
Fucking what?
Don't they sell turnovers?
Why? We're already off the fucking. Isn't that the roast beef place?
Yeah. But don't they have...
I've never seen an Arby's in my entire life.
Dude, literally, you Google Arby's turnover and it's Arby's apple turnover. Is the first thing that pops up.
Brother.
Bro, I stan Arby's. I love Arby's, bro. If Arby's has 10,000 fans, I'm one of them. If Arby's has 10 fans, I'm one of them. If Arby's has one fan, it's me.
Is that like a commercial?
I don't know. No, it's like a thing people used to say.
I was going to say, that's not great marketing. Like, it's only I'm the only one that likes it.
No.
Yeah, I've never seen an Arby's in my entire life. But I have been to one Waffle House, and there was blood on the table.
One Waffle House? Yeah, that's part of the charm. You've never been to Arby's, and you've only been to one Waffle House in your life? Dang, bro.
They are not anywhere fucking.
No, I'm saying that's sad for you. I'm not saying I can't believe you haven't gone. That's just sad for you, bro. Arby's.
I've been to
Rips.
Sonic. I've been to twice.
Sonic is good. Sonic, their food is okay. Their drinks are good.
Yeah, actually, yeah, they had some like frozen something that was pretty good. I think I might have gotten like chili dog or something there, and it was.
Yeah, I don't know that I've gotten a hot dog from there. I've gotten burgers from there. We used to go just for drinks all the time. Like the green, we'd get a cherry limeade with green apple flavor in it, and it was disgusting, but like amazing, right? When you're like 16, it's like all the sugar.
Yeah, did you ever go to? Do you guys have 7-Eleven near you?
Oh yeah.
So, dude, I used to take my fucking Razor scooter down to 7-Eleven, which was like on the main road, like, and we go and we get the
Slurpees.
The Slurpee on a scooter, which is like
that's crazy.
And it was like
yeah.
Put the cap on.
Yep.
It overflows.
Oh, dude, every time.
Just
when I was a kid, I was super into the Coke slushy, which I feel like now I would never really get.
Oh, brother, it's like the best part of going to Burger King is the frozen Coke.
There's frozen Coke at Burger King?
Yeah, man.
That sounds amazing.
I'll drink the frozen Coke over a Coke any day. Like, oh yeah, speaking of, brother, I have, and by I mean
my wife
discovered the greatest soda.
Tell me, I love soda. Oh, yes, dude, I've had that. It's so good.
Is so good.
It's so good. Yeah.
I don't understand. It says pomegranate, which I don't get that, but it's pomegranate and cherry soda. It's definitely cherry. It's like cherry vanilla.
What flavor is 7-Up? Like
7-Up is
it's just 7-Up flavor. Yeah. Like what is it?
It's if Mountain Dew and like Sprite had a baby.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yes, but the 7-Up Shirley Temple is very good. It's very good.
Yeah.
Dude.
If 7-Up not sponsored, but listen.
7-Up, 7-Eleven sponsor us.
Yeah, oh my God.
I remember Deadly Slob did a sponsorship with 7-Eleven once, and it was so funny.
That's fucking hilarious.
It was so funny, dude. He memed on it so hard.
I love Deadly Slob to death, but what the fuck were they thinking?
Like, what?
Who was like, yes, our target market for 7-Eleven?
It was like some like chicken finger, new chicken finger menu item they were adding. It was
oh, okay,
so
that makes sense.
He memed on it so hard. It was really funny.
That's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. But dude, Arby's, you gotta hit some Arby's. The rumor,
I don't fuck with really roast beef.
The rumor back in the day, I remember when I was a kid, do you remember all of the fast food rumors that were going around? Like, did you ever hear that a woman, and this might be true, I just assumed it was like a wives' tale, but did you ever hear about the woman who found a finger in her Wendy's chili?
I don't. Maybe that dude
that went crazy. Everyone was like,
you could have said anything that a person found and then insert down here in her insert down here, and I would have been like, yeah, I think I've heard that.
Yeah. Well, that was a big one that went around. Anyways, the one for Arby's was that which is not true because I know people that worked at Arby's, but that their roast beef came in liquid in like cartons, and they would like pour it on the grill, and then it would like solidify into roast beef. I don't know why, but I heard that my whole life growing up, that Arby's roast beef was liquid.
I don't know.
Not.
Do they have Sarku Japan?
Oh yeah, in the malls.
Yeah, that's like some sludge that turns into chicken.
Yeah.
It's like a pink mist. Yeah, that turns into that. Dude, now that just reminded me of fucking urban legends as a kid. I believe there was something like it was either needles or like razor blades
in apples,
or in like
or in candy. I heard it both ways.
Well, that was a thing. But what I was gonna say was, God, I don't know. Was it like payphone, like change receptacle, or like the arcade? I don't know, like quarter.
I've never.
I'm trying to remember.
That.
It was something like that. It wasn't like, I know there was Halloween candy was like a thing, and it still is a thing.
Yeah.
But I remember. I just remember thinking that because one time I think I might have told this story before. I was at a place called, and fucking, I want to see you in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. I need to know. Roller Kingdom.
Roller Kingdom.
Dude, that was like the place to be on, like a Tuesday night when I was in like 5th grade or whatever. It was just one of those ovals where you just kind of go around in circles.
Nice.
On roller skates.
Yeah.
And I had the bright idea one day of like, and I'm not now, it's only now really occurred to me that I'm not sure what I hoped for. Okay.
That's a classic.
Because this is one of those kid things where it's like, you didn't think this through.
Yeah.
I thought there's no way if you pick up a payphone and you dial 911, obviously it's not going to work if you don't put money in. So then why did I pick it up and try it?
Did the same thing,
right?
brother. Did the same thing.
And it was like 911 hung up the phone, and then like 15, 20 minutes later, fire truck came in and they're all looking around, and I was like, oh God, oh no, oh God, oh Jesus, oh God.
Yep. Did the same thing at a mall back when payphones were in malls. Yep.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yep.
Did the police come?
Yep. And we
Hell
were still hanging out by the payphones when they came.
Yeah, we're like blood brothers.
Yeah, my family was like, what the hell? Yep.
Okay, that also, now we're going down rabbit hole after rabbit hole here. Because there's nothing to talk about with video games at all. Really. There's the whole, you were always scared to pee in the pool because you thought that there was a chemical that would make it.
Yes. Is that true? I still don't know. Was that like a lie made up, or are there?
I don't know. I've peed in every single body of water I've ever been in. So
that's crazy. Have you ever peed in a pool in real life?
Yes.
Dang.
I am not ashamed to admit I've pissed in every pool I've ever swam in, or in the ocean.
That's crazy.
Maybe not a bathtub.
The ocean is one thing, but every pool you've ever been in is wild. Maybe I've peed in one pool in my whole life, but every pool you've ever been in is wild.
You gotta mark your territory, my friend. It's my pool now.
Veritas is out there checking for the chemical. He needs to see if it's real.
Oh my God. I'd be at my neighbor's house to be like, yeah, so you guys are missing the chemicals.
The piss.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh yeah. So there was that, and then there was also the pull the fire alarm, and I always, maybe this is true, that it like sprays like an invisible ink.
I heard that as well.
That I don't know if that might be true.
I don't think so, because I've had some friends that pulled some fire alarms and never got in trouble for it. But it could be in certain places.
Is there invisible ink on fire alarms? Okay. Safety media tampered dye in action. Washing hands will cause tampered dye to spread and turn blue. So I guess that ink myth is true.
Water activated ink?
Yeah, man. Oh, wait. What? I don't know. I'm not sure, man. It's a rumor. I'm not sure. But what I can say is when I was in college in the dorm rooms, You know how, like, in the staircases, very often there's just like plumbing.
Yeah.
I was like, it was a Thursday night, so naturally I was fucking hammered, and
Classic.
and I think we were just like chilling in the stairway, like talking with people or whatever, and I kind of just like looked over, and there was one of those little spinny,
Nice. Just like a big valve.
you know, yeah, and I just went fire alarm.
Just immediately.
No, immediately. I don't know why.
There wasn't like a lock on the valve.
I don't know. Like, fire alarm tied to
big valve and stairway.
water valve. A fire alarm can be tied to a water valve through devices like an alarm check valve, water flow switch, or tamper switch that signals a fire alarm system when water begins to flow. Yep,
That's
I did that.
Crazy.
And it was like 2 a.m, bro. Like, the whole building evacuated. Dude, I was like, and I didn't live in that building, so I was like, later.
Crazy.
I fucking bailed and I never looked back.
I mean, I would have done the exact same thing. That's crazy. You ever seen them change out the like the sprinkler heads in like buildings? It's just it's just black sludge that comes out of there because the fire alarms like never go off. The sprinklers never, it's so infrequently that like when they do, or if they have to change them out, or when they do tests on really old buildings, the first like 72 seconds of water is just black sludge before it all clears out, and then you get fresh water in there. It's crazy. It's disgusting.
Yeah, on a completely unrelated note, I think I got that thing that you got.
No.
On a completely
unrelated black sludge. No.
Has nothing to do with 72 seconds of black sludge. And I had honeycomb, so it was yellow. But yeah, and this was, brother, remember how I was telling you how since the surgery I can't?
Yeah.
I was successful under duress, I will say.
It was like your body was literally like trying to prevent it, and it happened anyway.
Yeah.
No,
like physics, the laws of nature were trying to prevent it. It's like put a fucking zip tie over a straw, right, and try to sippy. Yeah. So it was a bad time.
Dude, I think I told you, like, I really thought it was food poisoning, and I don't think it was, because my wife got it a couple of days later. My 4-year-old got it a couple of days later. My 7-year-old got it 2 nights ago.
It was only for like 3 hours.
Oh.
I was going to stream a couple nights ago. It had like, I was working on the script and stuff. And then all of a sudden I was just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, oh. Yeah. And instantly had the mouth watering, like, dude. And then, bro, I will tell you though, I was like splayed out just in my fucking underwear on the floor because it was cold.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
My God, yes. Dude, my bathroom floor never felt so good.
Yep. Bro. Dude, for each of us, it was like 48 hours minimum. Like,
oh, thank God. Yeah, I don't know.
Death and destruction. And it's so rough when, like, it's crazy. A sentence so simple can just like break you down, right? Your 7-year-old is just like dying, right? Vomiting, throwing up, puking. And then he looks up at you and he goes, "Why is this happening?" And you're just like dead because you're like, "I don't know. Like, I'm sorry. I wish I could take it from you." They're just like, it just kills you.
I don't know about you. Maybe, maybe this is, maybe if I was a dad, I'd have a PowerPoint presentation. Fucking, oh, you want to know why, Timmy? I put this together for you.
Yeah, let me tell you. It's just so, dude, it's so brutal. Just needs a little, like, yeah. Because it's like,
I mean, you're like, as a little kid, you're praying for death.
Yeah, because it's like
sorry, as a human being, because a couple nights ago I was like, die, please.
Because it's all like relative, right? So that's like potentially the most uncomfortable they've ever been, especially my 4-year-old, right? The most like, that's the sickest he's ever. Dude, it's so tough. It's so tough. But we are all through it. Thank Christ.
Have you I told the story. Okay, I had to do a Control F for ruptured spleen. I told the story. Have you had any like major injuries?
Dude, no. I haven't had stitches ever, other than when I got my wisdom teeth pulled out. They pull like the dissolving ones in there, I've never broken a bone. I've never had anything crazy.
You had the fucking holy mantle protecting you, dog.
Yeah. And stupid
You
friends
better watch out
and a
now.
stupider brother. So that was the
Yeah, I pretty much broke everything except for leg. Anything on my leg, thank God. I can't imagine femur, dude. Like, oh my God, that would be the worst.
Oh. But you've broken bones?
Finger, hand, arm, collarbone. I ruptured my spleen.
Jesus Christ.
When I ruptured my spleen, I cracked a couple ribs. They weren't broken, I don't think, but
that's crazy, bro.
My foot, yeah. Oh my God.
What the hell were you doing?
Being a kid, playing Pop Warner football, baseball in the backyard with the boys. I beamed my buddy by accident with a tennis ball. He had a temper and he tackled me, and then there goes the collarbone. Brother, the worst thing too is when you break your collarbone, and I still have a little bump here.
Oh.
When you break your collarbone, your arm wants it refuses to move from this position. Okay.
Yeah.
The first thing they do when you get into the hospital is they need to take an X-ray. So, and now maybe it's been like fucking 30 years or whatever since this happened, but you stand up against the wall with like a big panel behind you for like the X-ray.
Yeah.
And the first thing they make you do is go, whoop. Like, yeah.
Dude, that is so like, oh my God. Oh my
criminal?
God. Criminal.
It's a criminal crime.
I'm going to panic. Like if and when either of my sons breaks a bone, because I've never broken a bone before. I'm going to panic like 100%.
I mean, it hurts, but they'll be all right.
My older brother,
unless it's a compound, then you should panic.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. My older brother got really into like kicking and punching holes in the drywall. I think.
Hell yeah.
I think when he was like, when he realized how thin drywall is, and like he would fight with my parents all the time. He was just like on a trip until the one time he punched where the stud was and broke his hand.
Oh, yeah. Fuck no. I had my bedroom. I had a stud finder. I had them all marked.
Dude. Yeah, dude, broke his hand. I was like, oh, dang. But that's wild.
Fuck, dude, my dad. This is just like story time.
Inception.
Yeah. When we moved into our place, in my basement, it's a finished basement down here. The stairs, there's like, I don't know, it's like 7 or 8 stairs. Technically, there's supposed to be like a railing.
Oh, yeah.
And so in order to close, there had to be a railing. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you do. So the guy just took some like 2x4s,
nice,
and just like nailed them together.
Yep.
So then, when we were moving in, my dad, was helping me move some shit downstairs, and I told him about that, and he's like, all right, I think they use like pressure treated wood too that was like lying around, which like is not good.
Yeah.
For inside, but so the first thing my dad did was, because there was like kind of 3 little horizontal things. So the first thing my dad did was just go whack. And I unplugged my headphones, so now I can't. So he went whack to like
Yep.
fucking knock it off the thing, and he goes, there's a nail's taken down. He just went wham.
Oh my.
And in true
God.
like Giga Chad fashion, I don't know if this is what happens, like the moment the head crowns for your child being born, you suddenly get like plus 18 points to Constitution, because I would have been like, ah!
Dude,
but like,
I would have.
He just went bang, and he just looked at me and was like,
dude, my dad and his friend were doing a roofing project, and the friend, so my dad was holding the thing, and I wasn't there, but this is how he tells the story. He was walking around in a cast for weeks. Like, I remember his friend had the nail gun, dunk, 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 boom, right into his hand. Just nailed his freaking hand. It was in his thumb, and it hit like a nerve such that he had to have like a cast for like a certain amount of time. But just like, imagine your buddy just nailing your hand to the roof.
This is why there should be some kind of competence exam for owning a firearm, because guys
Boys
like that
will be
own
boys. Yep, dude.
Ay.
General Short said this. He said worst pain he ever experienced was detaching his bicep, and the only reason why I know that happens is because my dad did that. He was at a gig and the drum set. It was an electric drum set, and it was falling off while they were playing. It was falling off the little like thing it was on. And just instinctively, he like reaches out his hand to catch it, and it tore his bicep, and his bicep fell to the bottom of it. It just goes bloop, under your like arm. It was crazy, bro.
What do they do? Is it fine now?
Yeah, it's fine now. It's crazy, bro.
Bro, I didn't know that was a thing. The human body is fucked. It's crazy. Bro. When I was going in for my the Nissan fundoplication, which is a procedure I had, the Nissan Skyline fundoplication, dude, it's funny. Even like the doctors, whenever I go to the doctors, and there's always like the doctors or nurses that are like asking for like your medical history, and they're like, any surgery, and I'm like, yeah, Nissan fundo. I'm like NISS because they haven't even fucking heard of it. What? Fundoplication. I watched a bunch of like YouTube procedures. And all I can say is what I was watching was indistinguishable from if someone was using like laparoscopic little tweezers and shit to prepare a chicken meal. Brother, our insides is just raw chicken. We're all just raw chicken. Apparently we taste like ham, but
that's crazy.
All right, I think I have one more anecdote, semi-related to this. My my old man at the house we grew up in the basement, he had like a wood shop.
Okay.
Big table saw, bandsaw, drill press, the whole nine. And I remember I used to sit down there and he'd give me a big block of styrofoam, a small little hammer, and I would nail in hammers into the styrofoam while he was like making shit. And one day, I forget what happened. I think he was just putting some wood through the table saw and like kicked back and like fucked up his it was like purple.
I believe it.
So then I was like suddenly. Is the moment that dawned on me as a kid where I was like, oh, this is fucking dangerous, actually.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, okay, I'm like, it's me and my sister are home and my dad's in the, I don't know, doing shit on the weekend, like whatever.
Yep.
All of a sudden, my sister runs to the bottom of the stairs. And what I hear is, Mike, come quick. Dad's dead in the basement. Come quick. Dad's dead in the basement.
Oh my God.
So first I'm like, I go sprinting downstairs and I'm like, where is he? And she's all like, ha 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 ha. The day before we had all just watched on VHS Twister.
Yes.
And what she said was, tornado, get in the basement. Tornado, get in the basement. And all I heard was dead in the basement. Dead in the, I'm like, oh
my God.
Brother, there's never been more of a case of fucking telephone.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's crazy. That's crazy.
The ultimate girl who cried wolf.
Yeah. Yeah. I was about to say, did you, I mean, what's the age difference between you and your sister?
She's 2 years older than me.
Okay. Did you ever have any like altercations or injuries in siblinghood?
We used to beat the shit out of each other. The best thing was we just talked about this like 3 days ago. She would always end up on her bed like this.
Oh yeah, kicking. Yeah.
And I would just like
Yeah. We would fight. I almost severely injured my brother. I hit him in the head with a golf club, a real one, when I was a kid. It was an accident. I was 5. And my dad, like my mom gave shit to my dad for this for decades, but we were bored and he was like going to work. And so he let us play with his golf clubs. And it was literally just like the most classic. I'm just facing one way, hitting it. And my brother walks up behind me. So I just go, thunk. He was 3 and I hit him like the like centimeters above his eye. I hit him right here on the top of the forehead. He had to get a bunch of stitches. Like I almost freaking blinded that dude. It was crazy.
Yikes.
My mom was livid. And all I remember from the situation is like the scarring imagery, like in a movie when somebody's remembering a traumatic past of my brother. Like we all got in the car because my dad wasn't home. So we all went to the hospital, of my brother just holding a paper towel to his head. And it's just red. It's just red. And he's just like crying. And I feel like it was my fault. Dude, it like scarred me, bro.
Okay, well, you've now unlocked 2 more. I don't give a fuck. We're doing this.
I love it.
My dad, later on in life, I was maybe like 20 when this happened. He had this old red snapper lawnmower.
Oh, okay.
With the goofy little like fucking white little handlebar.
Yeah.
Dude, you could put it into like 6th gear or whatever, and then release the brake, and it would wheel because the engine is just sitting on the back. Dude, that thing was awesome. But we had in our front yard, we had a hill down to like the sidewalk, and it was pretty steep, but like not so steep that you wouldn't feel comfortable generally mowing it on a riding mower. But he made the mistake of he was going up, and there was a rear wheel drive, and it was like and so it started to roll back down. So of course his instinct was hit the brakes, but it's on the rear wheels.
Oh my.
And he was like, kind of launched off it, but kind of was holding on to it, because that's your bro. Like I don't know if you've ever been on a dirt bike or whatever, but like if you do a wheelie and you get that, which also happened to my dad on my 2-stroke CR 125, because those things are like they just fucking they're crazy. Your instinct is to hold on, because it's like, and he like held on, and basically he like kind of landed, guided it away, and but the handlebar came down and slammed his hand on the sidewalk, and he said he came in. And so the funny thing there was it actually wasn't super bad, but we had the like washcloth we had in the kitchen was red. So it just looked like the most blood.
Yeah. That's so funny.
And then the last one I have, because it reminded me when you said golf, I used to like imagine I was on some like mini golf, just keeping myself like entertained as a, like an 8-year-old or whatever. Because all I really had was like a putter. And one of the kind of little holes I set up was we had like a minivan, a big green.
Okay.
I forget what kind. Beside the point. In the driveway, and I had set up so basically it was like you had to putt between the the wheels, and there was, I think I had like a cardboard box or something. And I like missed, and it went kind of off the side of the driveway, and the driveway was like kind of tar with like grass, and so I had to putt it basically back onto the driveway,
onto the green.
Now, so there's the grass, and then there's like the curb, and it went right into the side window on the Dodge Grand Caravan, the green Dodge, just bang. And of course I'm like, ah! So all my dad hears is just, and then me screaming. So he's like fucking coming out expecting to see, blood everywhere.
It's like some kid just came and threw a rock at the car.
And with the putter behind my back, like another one of those instances where it was like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen?
Oh my God, bro. It's so crazy how much it's crazy how much I hate that I've said that. And then just you think of every memory, and it's like every memory I have like before I was 18 years old is like, what the fuck did I think was going to happen? And then you're just like, and then you go to your kid and you're like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? Oh my God, that's so funny.
So that's one of my story times, golfing under the minivan.
Golfing under the minivan. Well, there's been quite a lot happening in the old Arky Raider department. But before we hop in and talk about that, I do want to take a quick second and thank the sponsor, one of the sponsors for this episode, and that is Ridge. Ridge wallets are amazing. Look at that. Pew, Damascus. What is it? Sunburnt Damascus? That's what it's called. Some burnt Damascus, I think, is what it's called. Anyway,
yeah.
The Ridge wallets are the go-to minimal but like maximal utility wallet. It is incredibly simple. It holds up to 12 cards, which is insane. Just disappears into your pocket, made out of insanely high quality materials, RFID blocking, lifetime warranty. I mean, it's just like, it is the wallet. It's insane.
Brother, I love every piece of this thing. First of all, I know it'll last forever. I mean, the thing is it's like an absolute unit. But also it's this weird combination of being like very robust and solid while also being like super, what's the phrase? Low drag,
low profile,
something or something. Yeah, and I forget. But
low
anyway,
drag. It's very aerodynamic, that wallet.
It's really is, like you said, like minimalist in the way that, I remember my old man with a wallet this big with 27 million cards. And actually, the cool part about having a wallet like this is it basically forces you to not carry all the shit you never really need anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I love it. And I absolutely love the travel battery, bro.
Yes, the Ridge travel battery is insane.
Yeah, well, of course now Meg steals it all the time, dude. It's got the little kickstand. I can plug my laptop in while I have my AirPods plugged in while I have my phone on it.
Yep. It's so nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they have all sorts of like everyday essentials. I think they have knives, keychains. They got the power bank. They even do some luggage stuff, and the wallet is insane. They have modular, like the tag on the end is modular, so it's like you can do a cash strap, a money clip, an air tag attachment. It's made out of premium materials like aluminum, titanium, or carbon fiber. I got the black carbon fiber one. There's over 50 colors and styles to choose from. You can even get ones that have like NFL teams or MLB teams or even college teams. Over 100,000 5-star reviews, and once again, lifetime warranty. So this is the last wallet you will ever need to buy. For a limited time, Ridge is having their huge Black Friday sale. Head to ridge.com and get up to 47% off your order. This is the biggest discount they give all year. That is ridge.com for up to 47% off your order during the biggest sale of the year. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Thank you so much to Ridge for sponsoring this episode.
Brother, it's Christmas is
my God, bro.
I'm not prepared. Dude, I'm not prepared. Meg started to say something about Christmas the other day, and I'm like, not till I'm done with this video. And there's nothing in my life other than the house and this video, because God damn it, I want to be done.
Dude, we had that conversation the other day about like, all right, when are we going down? When are they coming up, family? And it's like, I cannot believe that's happening already. I cannot believe that's happening already. I'm not ready. But I am ready for more Arc Raiders in my veins. The game has been great. I've been having a blast with it. And, dude, they are just like catching just the most insane amount of W's nonstop, left and right. So they, we were playing, and then randomly, like yesterday or the day before, they dropped just like a little community update. And one of the biggest, I don't want to say complaints, because it's not like complainy, not like in the internet way, but one of the biggest like things the community talked about was like, we would love like a duo queue, because right now the way it works, like we've said, is that it tries to prioritize putting solos in with other solos, and then the max squad size is 3. And it does have a squad fill option. It's off by default, which I think is great. But so most of the time you run into other 3s. Duo is like the least, I guess, popular. And in a game where this is the classic, like every single game that's not Tarkov has struggled with this. If your game, like a part of like casualizing the experience is removing the one-shot kill. Because right? Because that's like one of the most hardcore parts about Tarkov. As soon as you do that, squad size becomes an issue in the game, because then it's so hard to play the 2 versus 3 game, because it's so hard. Like, it's a numbers game. They can be really aggressive on you, and you either have to get a pick off really early or they have to really fumble the ball. It can be really hard to 2v3. It can be really hard to 2v3 one time, let alone every other enemy in your raid. And I'm not saying, like, I genuinely I don't know what to do, because pre-Arc Raiders, if you had asked me if a solo queue belonged in an extraction shooter, I would have said no. It takes away from, what makes extraction shooters great. You never know what's around the corner. And it's been so great in Arc Raiders. So this is one of those times. So, like, it was so good and people wanted duo queues so bad. I really was like, yeah, let's try it at this point. Like, I was so surprised at how well theirs is implemented and how successful it seems to be. And then they released a little blog post saying that, like, they basically have been tinkering with the matchmaking behind the scenes. And they were like, and they basically laid out how the matchmaking is going to work. It says, first, we prioritize solo and squads playing separately. After that, we try to prioritize duos playing with other duos and trios playing with other trios. Please note that this is not a 100% guarantee system, so you may at times run into different constellations of players than your own. But it was just cool to see that, A, they responded to community feedback, and B, it seems to be very successful. I've been asking a ton of people. Ham said he played yesterday a ton of duos, and they literally didn't run into a single set of 3. And so, or someone did. So a lot of people are saying it's dope, and it was just kind of cool to see that kind of.
Dude, it's wild they even, like, told you the logic, right? Because, like, what we still to this day, after like a decade, do not know what the fuck the logic is for the Tarkov queues. Like, why? What is it that's taking 7 minutes?
Yes.
Right?
I don't know.
Because either there's nobody playing in my region, or they're all on another map, or there's nobody, you know what I mean? Like, I can play like any other game, hit play game,
and you're in.
Game found in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, there can't be more people playing some fucking random ass, like, limited draft in Magic the Gathering arena than fucking Escape from Tarkov on a Saturday. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's always why when people are like the meme, when you're just like waiting for 7 minutes, people would be like, dead game, dead game, dead game. And it's like, dude, I don't think so. Cause like Tarkov isn't what it once was in terms of player count, but it's gotta be like tens of thousands of people at any given time. And like, you could go play Hunt Showdown, which might have like 6,000 to 10,000 concurrent players on Steam. Find a match really quick. You play Arena Breakout, which might have 10 to 20,000 concurrent players. Never waited longer than a minute. So I'm like, yeah, Tarkov dead game, I get the meme, but like, it's not that. Like, there's gotta be more to it than that.
Yeah, I mean, you would think too that like the real limiting factor has to be, well, there's a couple of things, right? There's how much. I was just gonna say a thing that like made so much sense to me, and then I just realized, like, in Tarkov land, it is the opposite.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, how much time are you really spending outside of a raid? So,
Wait.
Fucking LOL, right? Yeah. But like with Arc, 1% of the time is spent outside of a raid.
Yeah.
99% of it is spent playing the game.
Yeah.
Tarkov very often feels like 40% is spent out of raid, right?
Yeah.
So then you have to think about like what's the overlap between like I literally am picturing like a bar chart, and you think about like menu, you're in your menu, then you start a queue, and that's like a different color, and then you're in a raid, and what you basically have to find is those lines that overlap.
Yeah. There might be 30,000 people playing the game, but how many people are queuing when you're queuing? How many people are in raids? How many people are in the menus? How many people are
they're either in their fucking hideout or they're in the raid. But then also there's like the regional considerations too, because they don't want to play with people with 150 ping, but they want to be in games instantly.
Yeah.
And it's like they could make it a lot faster, I'm sure, by expanding the regions, but I don't know what their logic is. I don't know what their server infrastructure is, how that all works.
But it was cool that they kind of peeled the curtain back, and I love personally, I think the way they did it is really interesting where it's not a separate queue. Like Arena Breakout did add a solos queue, but you have to queue it. You have to select solo queue. And because of that, there's only 2 maps at a time. And one of them like rotates back and forth between, because I think it was something like that, because they don't want to like split their player base too much. And I love that this is all done under the hood for them. There's one play button for everybody. You just click play. And they just kind of sort the salad on the back end, pushing solos to solo. And if there was like a dramatic dip in player base, then the solo queue might be like 50% solos, 50% duos. They have the capacity to turn the dials like that instead of just making solos wait 5 minutes for raids when trios queue instantly. You know what I mean? And so, so so it's been really cool that they added the duo queue, and now, because of the nature of the health and the shields and the time to kill, it all just feels more fun and fair, especially with how often you can get third partied in this game. Being down on numbers is like tough stuff. So
and especially when the time to kill is longer.
Yeah.
Because if it's a one shot, then you could kill 3 dudes with 3 bullets, a 1v3. But in a game like that, where it's going to take 2 magazines or whatever, you know what I mean?
You are almost never winning a fight without taking damage.
Yeah.
Whereas, that's the thing in Tarkov, you can. Like, you can 1v3 without taking damage because you can just go bop, bop, bop. But you can't really do that in Arc, and so then you have to heal. But then if you're healing, then the other 2 are pushing because they have the numbers, and it's just like, it's tough. So that was sick. The second thing they put in that update was, we heard your feedback. We're reviewing our prices and made adjustments to lower prices for some of the cosmetics in the store. People were saying like, hey, this is, especially for a game you have to pay for, a $40 game, like some of these cosmetics are a little expensive. So they're like, we're revising the prices starting tomorrow, and anybody who's bought any of the cosmetics on the old prices get the difference refunded to them. So I just launched the game today and had like 1,000 more coins because I had bought a bunch of cosmetics and they just gave it back, the difference. So that was just crazy in the year of our Lord 2025 to see a company lowering the pricing of their cosmetics and refunding all of it.
It's one thing to lower the price. It's another thing to not be like, you shit out of luck, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, anywhere else in the world, you go buy something, and if there's a sale tomorrow, they're not going to offer, honor the difference.
So that was sick that they did that, which I did think they were a little pricey. And then they assured the players that pay to win isn't going to be a thing, because they have kind of like a battle pass. I think it's really similar to how Helldivers does theirs, but I haven't played enough Helldivers, but people tell me it's similar. But they have like a battle pass, and the battle pass is called the Raider deck. And you gain like an additional currency by playing the game. Every time you get out of a raid, you get a little bit of, it's called cred. You get some cred. There's constantly rotating challenges, like deal this much damage to Arc. You'll get some, it's a challenge. If you do that, you'll get extra cred. And so you're farming up this currency called cred, and you spend that through the battle pass, like through the 6 pages of the Raider deck. You buy the things and it's cosmetics, and throughout, and the first one was free for the launch of the game. The first Raider deck was free, and throughout that Raider deck were like gameplay items like shields, meds, keys, and stuff like that. And so people were wondering, they were like, hey, when the new Raider decks come and they are charged money for, are these items going to be kind of like a pay-to-win funnel where you can buy the Raider deck and get all this stuff? And so in this blog post, they said, they were like, we will, at all times, there will always be a free Raider deck. Like whenever they release like new ones, there will be several, and there will always be a free one. And all gameplay items will only ever exist in the free one. The paid ones will focus on cosmetics. So that was just basically like okay, sweet, pay to win isn't coming. They just basically got ahead of that before any like controversy started, which was kind of sick. So that was pretty sick. Just like catching W's. And then today we got a big patch. We got like the November content update. So 2 weeks. It's November 13th.
The game just came out.
The game just came out on the 30th. And on November 13th, we got like the first big content update. And so it's got like a new gun. It's got a couple of new gadgets. It's got a bunch of new stuff and a community event towards unlocking the 5th map, which is called Stella Montis. And the community event, Tarkov did a bunch of these. I remember there was one where Tarkov did like,
to spend money.
No, it was
donate in the circle or whatever, right?
They did that, and they did a money one. I remember they did like a money one where you had to donate money, but it was like what they wanted was like 2 trillion rubles. And I remember after a couple of days, the community was like 5% of the way done with it, and they had to like reduce the amount by like 75%. But they did the opposite. So it was like you're supposed to, there was like this video, like there was like a lore video, and then in the game there was all this lore, and basically we're trying to rebuild the tunnels through the mountains up to Stella Montis. And so you donate the basic materials, the metal parts, plastic parts, and you can like donate as many as you want. And the patch went up at like 4:30, and by like 6:30 they were 30% of the way there, and the Embark people reset it, and they were like, you guys are going so much faster than we thought. So they reset
we haven't
it
started yet,
and they like 10x'd the requirements. So then from like 6:30 to like noon or 1:30 today, we'd only made it 4%. So then they had made another announcement and they split the difference. So they obviously had some target where they wanted it to last 24 to 36 hours so that everybody that plays got the opportunity to but it was like it was going way too fast, and then it was going way too slow, and then now it's kind of like when I got off, it was at like 30%, and I'm sure it'll unlock tomorrow. But
I vaguely recall, I don't think I was playing at the time, but people were talking about in Tarkov that they felt like the progress was just like pre-programmed. Like
yes, I remember people were like analyzing the data, and they started to think that BSG was just like adding percentages, like putting their thumb on the scale so that it could be done at a certain time. But I think community,
and that's just another example of like transparency, dude. Like, like if you want feedback from your community, you treat them like fucking adults and you give them information so that they can know what to expect. And then you get better information from them, right? It's garbage in, garbage out.
Yep. But the patch was like, dude, the patch was insane at like bug fixing. So the biggest complaint and genuinely the biggest issue with the game, like I would be included in saying this was the biggest issue in the game, was the desync. Like it was a lot of dying around walls, which we talked about last week, because it was like sometimes it's hard to tell because with third person, maybe he kind of had an angle on you. But the more people were like getting clips and watching it back and being like, there really wasn't a whole lot of like vitriol. It was just like a lot of like, hey, very clearly, like, because what would happen is there were times where independent of my perception of how far I was behind the wall, if you slowed the clip down, the animation of your shield breaking is like all these sparks fly off. It would happen 3 feet to your right where the shot would land. You would see the impact of the shot and your sparks fly off, even if you were out in the open.
Like literally desynced
from you. And so that was like pretty consistently people were like, hey, like
weird.
Your game is great, but like something's going on here. And so in the patch today, the way they described it was reduced character movement latency on server to improve the quote unquote desync problem where it looks like you get damaged even after behind cover. So reduced character movement latency on server. I don't know what that means, but it seems to have been working. Like it was really clean today. 9-hour stream, super clean, lots of PvP fights. We realized about halfway through the stream, we were like, oh yeah. And then we were trying to really start to pay attention to it, and seemed much better. So
I'm going to make a game in the future. I'm going to make a first person shooter game where basically you use blow darts,
Yeah.
and you always die. Like it's like a 3 to 5
yes,
second.
you always
over-
die behind the wall.
You so literally, I can have the worst desync ever, and you'd never know it.
You would never know. Oh, that's
and you know what
great.
the craziest thing is that you would probably have a better experience not feeling like you got like.
Yeah.
So much of it is the feeling of desync, whether it's true or not.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So that was great, dude. They were fixing. They fixed a ton of bugs. Like, dude, so fast. They fixed a bunch of stuff.
Did they finally fix the audio? Or oh no, wait, sorry. Wrong.
Yeah. But like there was a bug. Their reaction time to game-breaking bugs has been really great. There have been several bugs where you could like glitch through walls that have been fixed. I think some still exist, but they're like bopping them really quickly. You used to be able to like get through locked rooms without the key, and they fixed that. There was a bug for a couple of days where there's a lot of the grenades you can turn into grenade traps. So there's like a Molotov cocktail, it's called the blaze grenade, and you can turn that into a blaze grenade trap, and then you put that down and like a laser comes out of it, and if somebody crosses the laser, it trips it and it's like fire. But there was a bug with the blaze grenade where instead of doing like 5 damage per tick that the fire was supposed to do, is it would do however much damage the weapon you're holding was per tick. So if you were holding like the bolty, the Pharaoh, that does high damage, but you have to reload it because it's one at a time, it would nuke you. And people were using one blaze grenade to kill the queen, the giant spider. Because they would just like hold a weapon, it would just tick, 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 and it would all start to fall apart, and then it would just blow up. And so like a couple hours after, it seemed like, it was like the day after that, they disabled the queen event so that people couldn't just like farm the queen. And then in this patch that came, they fixed it. And it was just like, dude, they're on it, bro. The bug fixing is on it.
And they didn't create 7 larger problems with everything.
No, yeah, so far, not that
I was led to believe that that's how things work.
Not that I've seen. They haven't done that. I'm trying to. Oh, I got this crazy bug the other day where like a very specific grenade. So when you die, like when you get shot and your health goes to 0, you go into an animation of falling to the ground and then going into the down but not out state, right? During that animation, you're invulnerable. It's very quick, but it's like, so you can't start taking damage before you start crawling away, right? Like that animation, you're invulnerable. One of the grenades was bypassing that invulnerability. And so I was in an extract with like half of my health left, and the doors were closing. So I was like 1 second away from getting out of my raid, and I got nuked. I just went poof, dead, and my whole down but not out health went zhoof, gone. And I died milliseconds before the thing, and I lost my stuff. And that was literally like 18 hours before the patch, and we were trying to figure out what happened, and then they fixed that bug. That was in the patch notes as well.
Bro, I have to say, I have to point out, and I know this is just me joking about at Tarkov's expense this whole time, but all I'm hearing is you explaining very specifically what these bugs were.
Yeah.
Like, which is a completely different experience than so many. Than like, there was always 90% of the problems with Tarkov were like urban legend, old wives' tales about like there's
put
some
the face
kind
shield
of
up and then down.
Double damage bug where you got to take your armor off, put it or drop it on the ground, and you get new raid, put it back on. You know, maybe the scav bosses hit you and it's a triple bullet damage.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's like no one ever knew what the fuck was going on with any of these things.
Yep. Well,
now, how much of it do you learn from them explaining it in the patch notes?
That bug, we literally, I woke up today to a screenshot of that patch note fixing that bug. And it was from someone in chat, one of my homies, Doinks. He was like, this is what happened to you yesterday. And so then I saw that and I was like, oh, and then I went back and I watched the clip and I was like, it was the trigger grenade. Like, so they called out in the patch notes. They were like, this grenade was bypassing this invulnerability state. And then I went back and I was like, oh, that's what happened. So it was like they called it out. They accurately described the bug in the patch notes when they fixed it, such that I was like, oh, that had happened to me. Interesting. Yeah. So it's sick.
Huh.
It's sick. So yeah, dude, lots of balancing, lots of cool stuff, lots of content. The content's not even done. Like, we still don't have Stellamontis unlocked. I'm assuming tomorrow we're going to be able to play the new map, Stellamontis. It's got a bunch of lore. People think it's going to be like labs. People are finding keys, and the keys are like key cards, like staff key cards. So people are like, oh shit, like this is going to be crazy. They added a new, I love that they do this, by the way. So one of the ways that they keep the game fresh without too many like queues is there's like 4 maps, and every couple of hours map modifiers roll through. They change like every hour, basically map modifiers roll through the map. Some of them are just like, one is called like Lush Blooms, where there's like a lot more like food spawns that you can get. One is called like Raider Caches, and these little Raider Caches, you can hear them and then dig them up and loot them. Sometimes they're more abundant and they're higher loot, and sometimes the events are like the queen. Like, that's a minor map condition where like the queen is there and she's guarding the harvester, and you don't have to fight it, but it's just like, hey, the queen is there. That's the minor map condition. And then they have major map conditions. One of them is nighttime. So that's a different queue. So like Damn Battlegrounds, you might play it, and then the next raid you play, it's got Lush Blooms. And then the next raid you play, it's got the queen is there. Those are all minor map conditions. That's just on customs. That's just like, that's the map. But then night mode only happens every once in a while, and that's a separate queue where there's more arc enemies and they're more aggressive, but there's better loot. And those major map conditions change, and they keep just like adding cool new ones. So like on Spaceport, one of the major map conditions that they added like a couple of days after the game came, or actually like the week after the game came out, was there were 4, and it's called a hidden bunker. And if you queue into Hidden Bunker, and now on the map, there's 4 antennas on 4 roofs of 4 buildings, and you have to align them. And then when you do, and anybody can align them, and then when you do, this ginormous bunker underneath the map just opens up once you align them all. And it's just like chaos. 47 people all fighting down there. Like, it's sick. And today, they added a new one to Blue Gate, which is one of the maps where...
Kind of reminds me of like Interchange, like turning the power on.
Yes. Yeah. It's stuff like that. But because they don't come around, because they're not permanent, they can like juice them up, because they can balance it by just making that event happen less frequently. So like hidden night raid, like every hour or 2, you should be able to play a night raid on any map. Hidden Bunker only happens like twice a day or something like that. So it's like they can dial up the juice, but then dial down the frequency, that kind of stuff. And so that was something that came in the patch today. They added a new major map modifier to a new map, to Blue Gate, where you have to run around and get all these codes, and then you put in the code and it unlocks like a huge portion of the map. It's cool. You don't have to do it. It doesn't change your experience of like the normal map. The normal map is always there. But if you want the juice, it's awesome. And then another map condition they added is called, they added a new arc. The matriarch, which is the queen, but basically on steroids. It's roughly the same size as the queen, but it is much more aggressive. So we killed it today, and it was the most like cinematic, badass, coolest PvE experience I've ever had in a game, and it was in a PvP lobby. It was insane.
So sick,
because basically she calls in like all the other arc. She has this like shield that pops up and you can't damage her. She has like these tow missiles, like homing missiles that come find you. She'll send gas missiles that drain your stamina. She sends flashbangs. Like, you'll literally, like, we're hitting it and then a bomb lands in front of you and your screen is just white and you're like gone. It was insane. We juiced up with like crazy high tech, some of those like PvE only weapons I told you about. We brought it. It took us like 30 minutes to kill her. It was so sick. And then we died to a group of PvP people that were standing there watching us, waiting until we finished it, and then they killed us. But it was whatever, because it was so sick. So, dude, they are killing it. Like, tons of content already, new weapons, new gadgets. When Stellamontis opens tomorrow, there'll be a whole new quest line. So, like, more quests, more content, more. They're friggin', dude, it's so...
People keep asking me, when am I going to play? And it's like, one of these days when Jesse's got a spot open,
dude,
hit me up. if I'm not bonking,
If I'm not bonking,
maybe.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
we really should.
Don't come in, mom. I'm bonking.
We really should schedule some time. That would be that'd be sick. It's been so great, man. It's been so great. And yeah, I mean, the internet is still the internet. They did one nerf today that people are like losing their minds over, which is totally fine, but largely like if you just stay off Twitter and just play the game, it's the best. It is the best. So, yeah, man, been having fun with that. Been having a ton of fun with that. And before we move on, we can talk. I mean, we're talking a little bit about Tarkov because that's happening this week and maybe some other stuff. But before we move on and talk about that kind of stuff, I do want to take a quick second and thank the second sponsor for this episode, and that is Factor. Factor is epic. Schedules changing between back to school, holidays coming, a whole lot of external stressors. If you're looking for one decision to be taken away from you each week, then Factor is there for you. Chef prepared, dietitian approved, ready to eat meals. Make it easy to stay on track and just get your food kind of like off your mind. They are ready to eat in like 2 minutes or less. They are delicious. My thing with these is always the choice and the freedom you have as the consumer. Their menu has, I mean, where's the number? It's literally like 30 or 40 different things each week that you can choose from. You can choose between, like, you want protein plus, you want seafood, you want steak, you want anything, you want something more keto friendly. So it's like you choose how many meals, you choose what the meals are, you choose what type of food that you like, and you can stop anytime. You can do a couple of weeks, then take off a week, and then do a couple more weeks. You can do 3 meals a week, and then the next week you want to do 4 meals a week. It's all up to you, and you can make like your whole week's worth of meals decision in like 5 minutes just by going, ooh, that looks good, that looks good, that looks good. Done. It's great.
Bro, every one of these looks
literally
amazing, actually. And see, like, that's the thing, is that I'm a super picky I'm a super picky eater, and B, I'm like lazy, and C, I also don't have time,
yes,
to like go cook something proper, and being able to have like a decent meal, especially in like the middle of a stream, without spending my normal I'm not a Factor, so I got a Panera today, a sandwich and soup and cookie, $42.
dude. Yeah. It's crazy for sure. I mean, the value of Factor genuinely is like, I used them for a while. Like, the value is, if you are somebody especially that ends up door dashing, whether you want to admit it or not, if you end up like getting food delivered or whatever, it's crazy. And even to supplement, just like, it's so nice to be able to supplement, like we said, if you do grocery shop or like to cook for yourself, but you know that like there are a couple of days a week, like podcast night, I work in the morning, and then we do the podcast. And so like dinner time, so being able to like supplement in days, so like, even if you like to cook, having something that's delicious and actually like chef prepared that you can supplement on like days you're crazy busy every week or whatever. So it's awesome.
I would imagine too, for parents, must be like really nice if some days it's soccer night or whatever, you don't have time to cook, having like a nice healthy quality meal
100%
would be incredible.
So they're great. Like, once again, you can choose from all sorts of different stuff. They have premium seafood options like salmon and shrimp. They've got a whole new like Asian inspired menu with bold flavors influenced by China, Thailand, and more. It's great. So you can eat smart at factormeals.com/pogcast50 off and use code POGCAST50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That is code POGCAST50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Only valid for new Factor customers with a code and a qualifying auto-renewing subscription. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring this episode.
Brother, I literally only have like 30 seconds of comment on my whole gameplay situation. Really, it's most of it can be summed up by a short clip,
a short video presentation.
Yeah. The first question I have is this audible? Wait, I did the whole fucking space bar on the full screen.
Dude,
I hate it.
dude,
so
since we've
much.
talked about that, I think Twitch's clip feature, when somebody clips and sends it to me, I am beginning to think it is being socially engineered to get people to punch their monitor. When somebody posts a clip in chat, I click it, I drag that tab to my main monitor, it plays the video, then pauses the video, then scrolls down. So I only have 20% of the clip, and then it starts playing again. So then I scroll up and pause it and then try to go back to it. Dude, somebody at Twitch is actually trying to get me to freaking, I don't know, do something bad.
Dude.
Anyways.
I know what you mean. Anyway.
Clip.
So we just had, brother, I have goldfish brain because I literally just hit spacebar and minimized it again. This is what it's like to have fucking attention deficit. Okay. Have a good dinner, man. Oh my good Christ.
That's audible.
You could hear it? Okay. So here you go. This was basically my experience earlier today.
I don't even know. Do you have $1 million?
So with these types of games, you know, you level up, and every time you level, you get to like pick an upgrade, right?
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, this is Megabonk, which is basically 3D Vampire Survivors. And this is like the final. It's after the final boss, where you basically just survive as long as you can, and we are now in the cooked phase. It's very meme heavy. Yeah, so normally you level up, you know, every minute or two or whatever, and you pick an upgrade. This is what like the end game Megabonk looks like. Nice. Have a good dinner, man. Enjoy.
This is what is happening?
Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Each one of these is a level up. Word, awesome. And I'm like fast forwarding 5 seconds at a time. Yeah, so this is basically
Oh my, how long did you go?
Outside, I don't know, let's see.
Level 500.
Yeah, I had to go get my Apple turnover. Yeah, like my computer was on fire, dude. And I've got a brand new 64 gigs of RAM.
Oh my god.
And this game is like pretty optimized. Yeah, it was pretty insane. So
Jesus Christ.
I've been having fun. These games, you just break them. That's like the fun
point.
part.
Yeah,
you know, when you play like Binding of Isaac, like all these roguelike kind of games. Yeah, and interestingly enough, the kind of sort of counterintuitive thing that I actually even explained to somebody who was in chat earlier. So there are these like little tiny shrines that they're just called Greed Shrine, and when you activate it, it just says 5% difficulty, like plus 5% difficulty, and you're like, cool, right? There are these other things that look like, I don't know, these fucking vampire statues or something, and you activate it, and it just, you hear like the kind of thing. And you're like, okay. Well, what that does is every boss, it adds another copy. And sometimes there are 4 or 5 of these statues. So when you go fight the boss, there's like 7 of them at once.
Oh my
normally
God.
there's like one big name with a giant HP bar. There's just 3 by 4. Like it's just a stack of HP bars.
Oh my god.
And when you're in a run like this, they go dead. So when you increase the difficulty, what it does is it drastically increases the speed, the HP, and the damage, and the quantity of the enemies. So you would think, like, why would you want to do that? There's even like a thing that in the game where it's like there's an option to get a thing that boosts your difficulty, and it says like only gamers choose this.
Jeez.
And so it's like counterintuitive because you're like, why would I do that? But the point with these games is everything you kill drops experience,
Yeah.
drops gold, and there's a roll of the dice to whether they drop like a chest or whatever, right?
Yep.
So what you basically do in the early game is like run around doing like no damage to anything, just running away from them as they like follow you around, and you're like, boop, turn this on, boop, and make it hard, and then basically you survive kind of past like the first main level. And by that point, it's like if you survive that point, when you kill the final boss, all the XP, because they're just like shards, like almost like little gems, are on the ground. All the XP goes and just magnetizes to you, and you have one of those things where it's like
level up,
level up. So it's kind of changed the way that I've been playing. Before it was kind of sort of like, fairly chill throughout the whole game until, it's hard at the end and then you die. Whereas now it's like you're on the fucking razor's edge.
Yeah, you're finding that
like
balance.
1 HP the whole time, but it's the risk reward.
Yeah.
Dude, the game is so good, and so many people come in to chat, and like I saw you playing, and I went and bought it, and I'm addicted. The game is incredible.
That's so sick.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun. And actually, there was someone mentioned to me, which had me really excited. Someone mentioned to me there's a game that I think might be in like early access soon now. I'm not sure. But they definitely caught my attention when they said it was like Factorio meets Outer Wilds. And I was like, hello, those are like top 5 of all time, Now I watched the trailer, and I will say what it looked more like to me, because everything has to be
this plus
Tarkov,
that.
but with Tarkov with guns or whatever, right? It looked like Subnautica meets Satisfactory.
Oh, okay.
So it's called The Last Caretaker.
Okay.
And it, dude, it like looks super interesting. I'm just guessing based on the context and the name, and from what I saw in the trailer, that it here, I don't know if it's like maybe, let's see. It like, my guess is that like I don't know if you're a robot or if you're like, it looks like a robot, not a person in a suit. Maybe like all of humanity has died. Like this is my guess, that like humanity is dead and you're like a robot, basically like cleaning up the world. It almost gives me Portal vibes too. A little bit. And especially because there's like a cube, which is very Portal.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the stuff that kind of makes me feel like anybody who's played Subnautica or Satisfactory will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Like it definitely has a little bit of Subnautica vibes for sure.
It's got the art style for sure.
Yep.
So I'm like super fascinated to see like what it's gonna be. It looks like there's some kind of crafting.
Yep, now I'm seeing
kind of factory.
Factory kind of.
Dude, so I don't know. I'm excited, man.
That's sick. Is it
I
out?
Give that a try. I don't know. I haven't. I literally like. I heard about it earlier while I was streaming, and then we did the podcast. So.
Oh yeah, it's in EA, is what someone's saying. There's a demo. Oh.
Early access launch November 6th. Oh, okay, yeah. Dude, yeah, I want to check that out because
that's dope. What was it called? Yeah. The Lost Caretaker?
The Last
Caretaker,
which is kind of what makes me think that
humanity's done for.
The world has ended or something. Yeah.
That's dope. That's cool. Yeah, the only other gaming related thing is Tarkov 1.0 comes out on Saturday, bro. I mean, there isn't even really anything to say. It's like there's no news. Pestily did an interview with Nikita that was like 2 hours long. I haven't watched it, so I'm not sure what any of the
I heard one thing about
questions.
It was funny.
Oh,
Someone came
so
in,
you
they're
know
like,
more than me.
someone came in and was like, yo, so I went and checked out the interview that was going on. He's like, the first question I heard was something specific about like 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
And Nikita's response was, check after release.
Nice.
And they're like, so I came back here.
So somebody did say, said, I popped into Pestily to watch the interview. Someone said, Nikita dodging questions like a politician. So I'm back here. It was like a similar vibe.
There you go.
That's funny. Apparently there's like some, like, they're not going to do mandatory wipes after, but they're going to do like 2 like wipe windows a year or something where you can like wipe your PvP character if you want. They said that they plan to continue supporting the game for many more years with like big content patches and events, which is sick. Oh yeah, I actually saw somebody tweet, or I don't know if it's a tweet or a chat message. I don't know. I saw somebody say that apparently Nikita said very few people of any skill level will escape Tarkov, and there will be complaints. I don't know. Once again, I'm not trying to put words in his mouth or anything. I think I heard that it was something.
Which means every streamer is going to do it, and they're going to complain about how
and it's
lame
just like
it is and how easy it is, and every other person who's not
or no that
sweaty
that made me think that it was going to be like just tedious, like. You know what I mean?
It's going to be like it's going to be worse than getting Kappa.
Yeah.
And Kappa, when I was playing, was grindy, and once like Lightkeeper and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I still don't know what he looks like. Don't know what it's like.
It's gonna be like kill 10,000 scouts with a TT or something. I mean, that's true. Somebody said it could be story related, where like that's escaping Tarkov is one of. Because Nikita did say there's multiple endings, and maybe it's just like really hard to get the escape from Tarkov ending. That's a valid thing.
Or it's $39.99.
Yikes!
That people would complain.
Yikes. Anyways, confirmed. Pestily tried to say, well, there's going to be one ending most people can get, and the response was no, there isn't. Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, so there's that. I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now. I genuinely am pretty excited to play. It's the perfect storm for me. I haven't played Tarkov in like 2 months. It's the biggest update ever. Like, it's gonna be, at the very least, I know I'm gonna get like those first 2 days are gonna be fun. Even if I'm dying all day, I haven't played in so long. I'm gonna be playing with Seal and some homies, and at the very least, I'm gonna have fun those 2 days. At the end of those 2 days, I might be like, yeah, I'm done. But I know that this weekend is gonna at least be fun to like see the cutscenes and the honeymoon phase, the chocolate frosting on the shit cake, right? Like I because it's been so long since I played, the frosting is gonna taste sweeter. Mm-hmm. Hopefully there's cake under there. Like I'm still, hopefully there's cake under there. But even if there isn't, those first few days when I'm just enjoying the frosting, it's gonna be fun. So,
dude, I'm genuinely excited for everybody. I'm excited to not at all be excited to play the game until a point where it will have been so long.
Yeah.
That I will be excited again, basically.
Yeah. Sure.
Now, I did say if someone wants to donate $1,000, I'll play Tarkov.
Yeah. Yeah. Just put it out there.
A small loan of $1,000, and I'll play Tarkov for a week.
Just putting it out there. So there's that. I did see that. So like normally the game goes down at 3 a.m. Eastern, and then they normally plan for 6 hours of downtime. So it normally goes down at 3 a.m. Eastern and then comes back up at like 9. The game is going down tomorrow at 6 a.m. for 24 hours of downtime. So they are changing out the flux capacitor in the servers, bro.
Dude, the patch involves a screwdriver.
Yeah, yeah. But I respect that they're like giving themselves all the time they need. You know what I mean?
You know it's gonna be Tuesday, right? That it comes.
Yeah, yeah.
That you guys are gonna be able to play. Everybody. Oh my
I
God,
wouldn't be mad about that, by the way, because then I could play more Stellamontes.
No, but here's the thing: you guys are all gonna be. This is gonna be a big question mark, right? So everyone is gonna be staring at the launcher.
Yeah.
With like old school RuneScape up on the side, right? For like ever in the Tarkov category with like 50,000 viewers.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll see. So game goes down tomorrow. 24 hours of downtime to let the servers cool down. And we'll see, man. Did he say, Chad, does anybody know? I think he said something like there's not going to be I heard somebody say that Nikita said there's not going to be patch notes because there would be like 5,000 of them. And I was like, damn, I would read those. Like, we got 24 hours of downtime. Give me the patch notes. Give me 1,000 lines of patch notes, bro. That'd be sick.
Brother, you know what? I wish that their programmers would spend their time fixing the game rather than writing patch notes. Oh.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I was like, I hope there's patch notes. Anyways, yeah, man, we'll see, dude. Saturday, baby. Saturday, 6 a.m. Tarkov 1.0.
I can't wait to see my viewership graph go.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're going to play Tarkov? No. You're going to play Tarkov?
Yeah, 100%.
20, 21, 36, 22, 19, 35, 52, 19.
It's going to happen for sure.
I'm going to set my title to, I'll play Tarkov for $1,000, period. And I'll just be on Megabonk.
Yeah.
Playing Donkey Kong fucking Vampire
put it on
Survivors
screen too. Yeah.
Some mad lad is gonna do it too.
Yeah. They're doing drops starting the 15th. And how long are the drops? Is it like freaking 3 weeks or something like that? November 15th to November 28th. Okay, so not 3 weeks, like a week and a half.
Is it one of those things where it's like scheduled, or does everybody have it all the time?
So this is the first time they're doing it this way. If you're streaming in Escape from Tarkov, you have drops.
I thought that they did that back in the day, like before 2018, or was that the first time they even did it?
Yeah. They, as far as like, I don't know.
I'm just thinking, maybe I'm thinking every other game that's ever done
literally every other game does it. Yeah, where it's just like everybody has drops. They've always done the scheduled thing. And there's pros and cons. As a content creator, it's better to have the schedule thing because limited people have drops, and then an uber limited people have drops the day you have drops, right? But
so what it does is it takes 90% of the viewership and
squishes it
to like
into
15 people, as opposed to 90% is one person. You're right, like.
But I kind of don't mind it to be doing this way is because a few things. A, everybody can do it because that always sucks is the like popularity contest of like smaller content creators that have been grinding Tarkov and been playing more than I have recently. Like they don't get it and then I get it because it's like, and so it's like I kind of like the fairness of just like if you're streaming in the category you have drops. Now that what that does mean is you get the 24/7 people just like playing VODs because their drops shift never ends. And that is super cringe because then that ends up hurting those people as well because you have people actually playing the game and nobody's watching them because they're watching 24/7 Tarkov drops and they're watching somebody sleep. Like that's kind of ass. So, but what they're also doing is the support a streamer drops where if you gift a sub, actually pull it up right here. If you gift a sub, you get a hideout skin. If you gift 3 subs, you get a Twitch dog tag. Your dog tag, you get a special dog tag. And if you gift 5 subs, you get a Louis Vuitton secure container. It's a waste bag. It's a 2x3. It's the size of a beta container. And it's Louis Vuitton. And it looks like a
P-I-T-O-N or like
P-E-T-T-O-N. It looks like Louis Vuitton. It looks like the design is straight Louis Vuitton. Yeah. Which don't even get me started on the whole, like, anytime anybody copies
copyright.
anything Battlestate Games does, they're like, "Ah!" And then it's like, this is a Louis Vuitton bag. Anyways, so that's going to be sick. Drops. Everybody loves drops. So yeah. I'm so very interested to see the Steam numbers. I know they're not going to be an accurate reflection of like the total amount of people playing Tarkov, because I think far and away, like, how do I want to say this? I think very few, relative to how many people have purchased the video game Escape from Tarkov, very few of them will purchase it again on Steam. People undoubtedly will, but compared to the breadth of like the amount of people that have bought the game, I think very few people will. So that's almost why I'm interested in it as a metric. If there are 100,000 concurrent players playing on Steam, my guess is that like 98,000 of them are like brand new people to the game. So I'm just super intrigued to see what the Steam charts are, whether it's 5,000 or 500,000. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be dead or whatever. And no matter what the number is, that's not going to be an accurate reflection of how many people playing. Hundreds of thousands of people will be playing on the Tarkov launcher. You know what I mean? But I'm just so intrigued to see, because I think it's going to be a decent gauge of how many new people are playing. Because at this point in time, if you're new to Tarkov, why wouldn't you buy it on Steam, right? Like that. Well, if you're going to be buying it, so I think that's going to be a really good a really good number of just like how many new players are playing the game. That's going to be super interesting. So I'm just like intrigued to see that. Once again, let it be known. I know for a fact, like, I'm trying to get ahead of it, but I know for a fact if I'm having fun on Tarkov 1.0, people are going to be like, see, you were wrong. You wanted this game to fail. Like, I've been trying to say for weeks now, like, I want nothing but success for this game. I want this game to be sick. Even the Tarkov video I did.
Don't let anybody fucking gaslight you into thinking that because you've cared about something enough to fucking
to criticize it,
provide constructive criticism for your entire content creation career, that you're just want it to fail. So those people, their mothers didn't love them. And they're taking it out on you, my friend.
Yeah. So yeah, man, Saturday, Tarkov 1.0. It's finally happening. Oh, and then the conspiracy theory, which I hope is true, that the reason that Tarkov sucked this year was because they basically like abandoned the live branch and put that on life support so they could work on the 1.0 branch. Like, that's been basically the cope all year. It's like 90% of the staff is all working on the 1.0 branch and whatever. That's like what I've been kind of like secretly thinking. I think it's possible, but the 24-hour downtime thing, I've seen some people say that like is more evidence for that, because it's not just an update to the code base that they're like pushing a brand new whatever. It's like swapping out the engine. They're not putting a new turbo on the engine. Exactly. They're putting in the new version. Engine. Except not an engine. Yeah, not like engine. Unreal Engine. They're not swapping the engine. Yeah. Oh my God, that clip on the podcast. They said they're swapping out the engine. Unreal Engine 5 Tarkov fam. Anyways, so I don't know, man. I hope it's the best. I've had some of the most fun I've ever had gaming playing Escape from Tarkov, and I hope on Saturday I have that again. Hell, fucking yeah, dude. But yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely gonna feel like I have no desire to play the game, but I'm gonna be experiencing the like streamer FOMO. Yeah, if course, that makes sense. For sure. Just because it's like I could just play, and this is the clip that like my wife would be like, "Are you fucking serious?" if she heard me say, but like I can't bring my, and this is how you know that I'm like it's not a facade. I just can't bring myself to play the game for like a bunch of money guaranteed. Right? Yeah. Like yeah. You know, like for sure. I would play like Candy Crush Saga, I think. but it's this terrible position where it's like you know, I want
I don't want to play, but I'm still gonna have FOMO
For sure.
which kind of sucks.
I mean, yeah,
but
there's exactly, like, there's no way you couldn't, right? Like, you've spent 6, 7, 8 years on the grind. You were there for all the patch days. You were there for all the wipe days. You were there for all the drops days. You had the 100,000 person drop. It's like 100%. It's like seeing, to extend the analogy we always use, seeing your ex-girlfriend hang out with your friends. There's a part
and
of you,
she's looking pretty good.
and she's looking pretty good. And you're like, I know I don't want to be back in that relationship. I'm so confident in my decision. But you look at that picture and you're like, I kind of wish I was there. You know what I mean? Like, it's the most natural thing.
It's not you. It's I'm just not ready for a commitment.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, again, like the longer I stay away from it, the more I'll enjoy it when I come back.
Exactly.
I mean, and I say that I won't do it for money. I get $1,000 donation. I'm in. I'm all in, baby. I got,
you need the guarantee money.
You want to know how many thousands of dollars my front door costs to my house?
Yeah.
Because I can tell you every fucking square inch of the thing is, so if you want to buy one of my windows for me, then
I'll play Tarkov.
Then I'll play Tarkov.
If you want to buy one of my windows for me.
But, not for like
No, I'm with
$180 in ad revenue and like $300 in gift subs.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. With you. So. But yeah, man. So that's it. That's all the stuff I got going on. You got any other stuff? I saw you put Pluribus.
Yes, bro. I started watching it and I fucking hate you for this because I hate having a show that I have to wait a week. Oh my God. Dude, the show Pluribus.
I'm like batting 1,000 for suggestions to Veritas that he likes, and it's one of my crowning achievements.
Yeah, dude, we're locked in.
Yeah,
me and Meg already have like 17 inside jokes just about the whole thing. Like and see, now the interesting thing is that like I was expecting it to be a mystery. You find like 11 minutes in, you know exactly what happened. Now maybe there's a twist. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do we even like can we talk about the premise? Can we talk about the premise of the show?
I mean,
like,
I feel like 2 episodes in, there's not spoilers because
no, but this is 20 minutes in.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Episode.
It's like the first 2 episodes is basically just like the trailer for the show. Just like you know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically, and I'm gonna cut out a ton of details, but basically, aliens from very far away are able to, do the whole like sending the fucking, radio message, kind of like, remember Contact? Remember that movie? And the radio telescopes get this thing and they decode it, and basically it's DNA sequence.
Yeah.
And what it does is it effectively is a virus that sort of infects, your brain or whatever. And within, I don't know, hours, days.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Basically what it does is it turns all of humanity, save for like 11 or 12 people.
Yep.
All of humanity turns into a singular hive mind.
One being. That is
so everyone has the collective memory of billions and billions and billions of people. And the first thing I was just thinking of, right, is that like at any given moment, there's got to be 11,000 people stubbing their toes, right?
Yeah.
So all me and Meg were joking about was how every one of them would be like,
at all times.
Just, just constantly. They'd all be experiencing all the things constantly, right? Like. Oh, but the show is fucking fascinating, and it basically focuses on one of the characters that, for whatever reason, is basically immune to it. So, dude, I've never realized how fucking unsettling. In the same way that, like, The Shining with the 2 little girls at the end of the hallway, the moment where you see.
Bro,
you're like in the middle of a giant thing. There's people, and then they all turn and all speak in unison.
There's like That's been
so
my
fucking
favorite part of it so far, is the subverting the horror tropes. I was telling my wife, I was like, the
'cause they're
show's
so
not
pleasant.
scary. Like, it's not, nothing horrifying is happening, but every moment you're horrified. Like, exactly. Anytime, like, they all stand up together, or they all turn and look, or they all answer to a question in unison, you're like, ah, but they're like, how can we help? And you're like,
Yeah.
it's so weird.
Dude, yeah, like how unsettling it is for them to be like, it's what our experience is incredible. Like you would want this, trust me. Like, it's so
Yeah.
fantastic. And they're basically like, no, like, am I free to say no? And they're like, yeah, but also like, we're gonna be figuring out how to basically make you not immune because you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's something so unsettling about like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a thing that you're gonna love that you don't want.
Yes. Yeah. Super. Yeah. It's just like, it's a show that you want to like scream the whole time, but it's so good. New episode, I think, is tomorrow.
It's tomorrow, yeah. It's Friday on Apple Plus
Apple
or
TV
whatever
Plus.
the fuck. But
and this is
which
Vince
I'm
Gilligan.
glad because there's only one TV show that Severance that I have Apple Plus for.
Yep.
But yeah, Vince Gilligan, the guy from Breaking Bad
and Better Call Saul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which were,
so I mean, it seems really, really good. It's one of those. God, it's a love-hate, right? It's the same reason why like anybody watches The fucking Bachelor, but like I hate all of the other people.
Yeah.
They're so unlikable.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
God. Damn it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, but I kind of get it. I kind of understand.
Exactly. They're like exaggerated versions of like genuine points. Like, they each kind of like represent, you could see somebody thinking that way about what's happening, but it's like, come on.
I mean, I don't even necessarily think it's exaggerated in that, like, you know how hard it is to convince like a mother, if let's say their kid died, right? The denial you feel, right?
Yeah.
Well, but the kid is standing in front of her, breathing
for sure.
and smiling, talking, even some of the mannerisms and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, so to try to convince
for sure
the mother that your kid's basically
not
even dead.
Yeah.
They're just one
of
7 billion.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
Yep. Anyway, show's fantastic. I would recommend people check it out. No, episode 3 on might be dog shit. But episodes 1 and 2 are great.
2 were great. Yeah.
I don't want this to be a whole like someone watched the only last episode of Lost or like the last season of Game of Thrones and they're like, I'm not gonna go watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Dude. It very like just out there. And it's Vince Gilligan did Breaking Bad, and then he did Better Call Saul like almost immediately after. And this is like the first thing he's done since. And yeah, I mean, I was just like wondering if you were milking like the one good idea you had, or if you're just like a guy full of good ideas. You know what I mean? Because Breaking Bad is the best show ever made, hands down.
Nah, Dark.
I love Dark, but it's not even close.
That's a hot take.
It's so
This
good.
is a hill I will in fact die on. And it's your fault.
And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. Justice for 1912 or something. What was the other show they made?
1889.
Yeah, Justice for 1889, bro.
Bro, I actually watched that season over again. The one season.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 1899.
1899. Okay.
God damn it. I watched it all over again. It was so good.
It was. Like, it had so much potential. Freaking.
Oh, that reminds me, because I've been, doing this whole fucking dead internet and Twitter is.
Yeah.
I just, dude, I can't not keep going down these rabbit holes that are so fascinating. For like 2 hours today, I was effectively like writing into my script how I'm narrating like one of those online debates between two people on Twitter that just goes on and on and on, and you're like, I can't believe the stamina. Except one of those people was Grok, And it's like, what the
Oh
fuck?
my God.
And it all started with the at Grok, you agree with basically what I'm going to say, right? And Grok's like, actually, no, that's completely wrong, misinformation. And then they're like, well, no, actually, Grok, you're mistaken because this and that. And the Grok's like, oh, no, actually, here's 9 links proving that you're wrong. And maybe you need to double check your sources and not fall for misinformation. Well, Grok, could you be probably a part of the fucking deep state program? Like, yeah.
That's
so I did that.
Crazy.
But then one of the other things was this one account that I found that's almost definitely a bot Twitter account. Posts some really bizarre things that every single one of them only makes like 27% sense.
Okay.
And one of them was, you have to see this movie. And it's the scene from an episode of a TV show, 1899, where basically like the woman finds like the crack in the reality, right? Like the door.
Yeah.
And all the comments are like, what movie is this? What movie is this? And he like responds to every one of them with like the wrong answer. It's so fucking, it's just, I'm in the goddamn Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Dude.
That's what reminded me of 1899.
What's the status of the video?
Oh. So I have, kind of like the 4 sort of bullet points. And then in like 19 different docs, I've got more than I need to like put in. Okay. The problem is that I sit down and I start writing, right? And I write this whole thing and I get like 92% done. And I'm like, I need to like shower. I'm going to start the stream. Like I need a fucking mental break. And then the next day I come back. I'm like, where was I? So then I start reading at the top and it's like, oh, I got to change this. Oh, I got another idea. Oh, I got to change this. And I've done that about 17 times. And it's like, dude, I've been saying like a week or two for like a month or two. So,
oh no,
I don't know. And fucking Ground News won't email me back.
Oh no.
So it also like, and I don't want to just go find another like fucking Raid Shadow Legends sponsor or whatever. But it kind of feels bad to like do another long video that I know is going to be a fucking banger.
Yeah.
But I just, I don't know. I can't.
No,
I can't be fucking bothered.
Exactly. It's like, do you? Yeah, it's just bad because you're like, I need to finish this. I want this project to be over, but I know that like as soon as I hit post, they're gonna email me back and be like, oh, we're gonna give you $20,000 to put an ad in it, and you're like, so then you're just in the stress of the in between where you're like, I know this would be great for a sponsor, but I don't have a sponsor for it. Do I just post it? I need it off my chest. Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's one of those things where it's like, fucking, I actually think that it would be like the perfect, most appropriate sponsor for the video.
Yeah.
Because a huge part of the video, the whole part of the video is that like, none of us have a fucking accurate view on the world. We're all looking through like a telescope into a small subset of the world, and everybody's lens is different, curved, tinted different colors, right? Yeah. And like they have a service that basically says these are all the articles, the people who publish these articles, are left leaning, right leaning, independent, whatever. They'll talk about this story was covered by 98% of the left media, but like none of the right media. And even just that alone is such a fucking fascinating thing where it's like, a thing happened that's very much like political news.
Yeah.
Why is one group, and it's not one or the other, right? But it's like, why are they not talking about it? Why are they? It's like an interesting thing that they provide a service with value that I think is relevant. Yeah. And I could do there's no better sales pitch for this than
this video.
My video is effectively going to be a 3-hour ad for this shit. You know what I mean? But like, I just want a few $1,000. just a few
Come
thousand.
on, man.
And listen, the number I gave you in the email, I'll take half. Okay, I'm not telling you that, but I'll just offer me or something.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see it. I'm excited
to be done with it and to move on with my life.
Yes. I'm very excited to watch it though, man. But yeah, that's the stuff for this week. I mean, this episode will air on Sunday, meaning Tarkov 1.0 will be out, but we're going to do that episode next week. So if you're listening to this and you're wondering why we're not talking about it, this was filmed before. But yeah, man. Lots of cool stuff. Thank you guys for hanging. If you want more podcast content like this, you can go to patreon.com/thepogcastpod and get
early ad-free
access to these episodes and even additional episodes that we do every week over on the Patreon. Thank you.
And
guys.
if you like the first fucking 10 minutes of the podcast
of this episode,
it's that energy for an hour plus.
We got a
week,
Discord. We got people that people ask questions in there, and then we answer them, and they end up in like ridiculous philosophical existential conversations. We got content recommendations from there, and then we talk. So it's a sick place to be. So thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you for the patrons over there. And thank you to Ridge and Factor for sponsoring this episode. And we will definitely see y'all on the next one.
Good luck, Raiders.